visit the wild desert island of Fuerteventura and its little sister, Isla de Lobos. They're like nothing we've ever seen before. It really feels like the ends of the earth, and we love it. Beautiful day. Decided to crank up the barbie again, and I'm sticking to my method of having something to cover all the veg and the sausages and everything at all, just mingling together. It's pretty tasty, even for a mostly vegetarian like me. All the juices and everything, pretty good. All the houses in this little village on Lobos are self-sufficient with their energy. So there's solar panels on some and wind turbines on others, a bit like yachts. That's where the lagoon normally would be. We kind of expected this. We met some Italians on the path who said no laguna, no aqua. Might just be a time of year thing. Also, the guy in the restaurant last night who was also Italian said that they normally get a bit of rain in October and they've basically had none. So, no laguna. Hills here. Lobos is very popular with charterers from Corralejo, just half an hour away, and then when 4:35 comes along they all disappear back to base. So right now with Phil just bringing the paddleboard over and Aiden on Tranquilo, there is literally no one else on this beach except for myself and a bunch of birds. So I've got my own little bit of tranquility. Yep, it's shallow.
It's low tide.
We're not used to this tide thing after the med.
No.
Love the spinnaker. The wind's a little finicky around here, so I'm going back to old school hand steering. It's shifting 12 degrees in a short space of time, and wind mode on the BNG doesn't cope so well with that, especially downwind.
Well, I've come around the corner and we're on the southeast coast of Fuerteventura, and it's pretty much the same volcanic rock, very much a desert landscape. We've also been playing with our spinnaker to see how best to trim it, and in light winds at very deep angles, say a true wind angle of around 160 to 165 degrees, that's how far back the wind is off the bow, 165 degrees, it looks like just having the spinnaker up is best. With the mainsail up as well, the mainsail tends to steal some of the wind from the spinnaker, and the spinnaker is just not happy. You can see it just luffing around, losing wind. It's actually not that pleasant a sail when you're always worried about the spinnaker tying itself around the sheets, etc. So light winds, very deep angles, looks like just sailing on spinnaker is the best option. We're learning a lot.
How's it going, Phil?
This is great. I'm looking at all the other yachts and they're on motor while we've got a sail up, and they're not actually going any faster than us.
They're going a bit faster. Yeah. We're now going 4.5. They're probably going 5.5.
Anyway.
But nothing beats this, hey?
Nah.
We're moving.
That's because the wind picked up and we trimmed it.
Yep. And beam reach is even better. 6.1 in 7.1 knots of wind. It says it's about going plastic bags, but then does it wrap it up somehow?
It doesn't. Well, if it does, not very good. It will be
So we've found the point where the spinnaker collapses. It's around 4.5 knots of wind. The whole thing just folded up on itself. Like we've had a bit of practice now. It's good that we know how to fill it in. So it took us about a minute to fill it in, which is really nice. We're at the southernmost point of Fuerteventura, a place called Morro, Jable. It's, as you can see, mostly big resorts, but as we pass around the corner and drop anchor, it's supposed to be very nice beaches. Yeah. We're right by the beach, just had a swim. I've got a beer, I've got a burger coming. If it wasn't for Julio Iglesias playing in the cafe next door, this place would be just like home.
Good morning, sunrise. Very peaceful spot at this time in the morning.
Very big stingray. More likely a big stingray, but
How cool is that? Okay, let's hit the beach. Head and go. A little more on your right one, yeah. Good.
it's a full moon today.
Yeah, huh?
As you know, I love being on anchor, so I'm soaking up our last anchorage in Spain, so our last anchorage in Europe before we cross the Atlantic. I'm very happy to be here rather than in the marina, which is described in the pilot as being bleak. We have this gorgeous spot, and then from tomorrow we'll be in Las Palmas Marina, ready to to provision and meet our crew and then sail the Atlantic. Aiden's killing himself laughing. Aiden, can you say what you're watching?
What did you say? It's so funny, yeah.
What are you watching?
Yeah. Cockroach.
Crazy French cartoon, Oggy and the cockroaches. Well, farewell Morro. We really enjoyed our time there. I can highly recommend anchoring if the conditions are right. So beautiful sandy bottom, beautiful clear water, lots of wildlife, and a little quirk we noticed: the church bell goes at 4 minutes past the hour, which kind of sums up the vibe. We're really in island time, and it's a very relaxed vibe. So yeah, thumbs up for Morro.